great morning. Sheila?
Thursday.
It is Thursday.
Ooh. Am I yelling?
I brought you down a little bit.
Please bring me down. I don't want anybody to...
Yeah, we're good.
Lose good hearing. Because I'm being too loud in the morning. Good morning, fiancés.
Morning, y'all.
How are we on this fine, rainy Thursday morning?
Michelle said, there you are. Good morning. I donated before I drank enough coffee to find the box to write a donation message.
You know, I did not voluntarily decline to provide comments. Good morning, Michelle. Thank you.
Michelle.
Starting the morning with donations flowing, huh?
That's a way to start a Thursday.
How's it feel? Feels fantastic over here.
A Thursday within the fun drive.
Heck yeah. Especially since we're a little behind. And when I say we, I mean news with my fiancé.
Sure.
Lots been going on, as I'm sure you're aware. So we have some ground to make up.
Mm-hmm.
So really, when I tell you X-Ray's goal for the day, it is actually news with my fiancé's goal for the day.
Personal goal.
That's our personal goal. And then, you know, what else comes in beyond that, still with our name on it, hopefully, you know, icing on the Thursday cake, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
But we got ground to cover. I also appreciate that Michelle was like, before you even ask. Okay?
Before you say
another thing, I did it. Don't you say anything else to me. I'm here for it. Where'd you go?
I'm sorry, I had to go get my agua. I too am here for it. Mm-hmm. 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 So what is the goal for today? Is it still 2 mil?
Oh my God. Okay. Well,
I saw the email from Nina. I didn't know if it updated since then.
You know, sometimes I think maybe you read a line that goes one place and you put it in another. I didn't see that goal.
Oh. Right.
Which really, you know, has us looking like we're at odds. But we're not.
No, we're totally at evens.
Okay.
Right? You know it.
Are you giving our fiancé's dad jokes for the fun drive? Is that what they win?
Happy to your Halloween.
Another text that says America's a little behind, so a little behind too. So fair.
Thank you, Kenneth.
Thank you, Kenneth. We're all a little behind.
Yeah.
But we get to catch up. So fun drive ends mañana.
Yeah.
Friday, November 1st. First of the month, Bone Thugs and Harmony Day. It is the last day of October. It is the last Thursday of October.
Yeah.
Mercury is in Gatorade.
As it quite often is.
I don't know if that's true. I think if Crystal, if you're there, you can tell me where we are.
Right. Astrologically speaking.
Thank you. That is exactly what I meant. What was my point?
It's the last Thursday of the fun drive.
Thank you. Which means, and I hope you're listening when I say this, these are your last 2 days to get us, Morgan and Ambush, across the peer-to-peer finish line so that we can, for once and all, be crowned X-Ray's #1 fundraising duo.
Oh, wow.
For 2024.
I thought it was just to retain our fundraising dignity, but okay.
Who?
That's what I thought you were going for.
But what did you say?
I thought it was just to retain our fundraising dignity. But...
You know, there's, two different people in this world.
Okay.
People that are like, I'm just going to, maybe we'll get to it. Maybe we'll not be embarrassed. And then there's people that are like, we're going to crush it. We're going to get out there. We're going to win.
Okay.
And obviously there's a difference between the two of us.
Apples and oranges.
Why can't fruit be compared?
I don't know. I think that's what's going on, with the kids
Right.
now with their critical thinking, because they took the word problems out of math, and now kids
And made
don't
them
know how to use
pictures.
Google.
Those dots connected.
Yeah. Yeah.
They took the story problems out of math, and now kids don't know how to use
They don't know
Google.
how to Google.
Do we in any way, fiancés, want to chat about how the people that grew up with the internet, like from inception,
Mm-hmm.
don't know how to use it? Should we talk about how, what is in a Google? How do you get to the answer you're looking for?
Right. How do you get it out of that Google?
I'll tell you this. These kids don't know how to do it. Do your kids know how to do it? And I don't mean, personally your children or
Right.
personally ours. I just mean generally, very easy answers right there.
At your fingertips.
And you're using it. You're using your fingertips and the Google.
Yeah.
And you're like, couldn't find it. Nothing there. Didn't see it. And I just don't know what has happened. Is it the way that we had to learn how to research stuff that makes us ask better questions or something?
I think it's we grew up with the technology, as the technology. So when it first emerged, we were there, and then as it consistently
Speak
developed,
for yourself.
and as it consistently developed, it became more intuitive and began to offer more and more. Our understanding of it expanded with it, versus someone who is meeting it for the first time as is and learning what its capabilities are. Like, we watched it grow up. Like, we kind of raised it, and it raised us from kindergarten straight on up. And I don't mean our kindergarten, I mean the internet's kindergarten.
Right.
We remember those dial-up sounds.
Definitely.
Oh, remember when you were just a wee babe?
Yeah.
Couldn't even download a picture.
Oh boy. And when you could.
Oh, half an hour.
Wow.
And that picture.
Do you remember it would load?
Oh my God.
Oh boy.
It was excruciating.
Pixel by pixel, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think having both analog and digital within a lifetime is helpful.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
But I kind of thought that if you, grew up with the internet as it is, or this iteration of it,
mm-hmm.
I just thought that, I don't know, they were using it in school,
Right.
like you are using it to research. And then I don't know what questions they're learning.
Yeah.
Where are those critical thinking skills? How do I get to the answer?
I mean, it's kind of like watching your department store expand and turn into the mall versus just walking into the mall and being like, what all is in here? I've never been to this place. And you frequent the little stores that you go to the mall for, not knowing there's all these other levels. Like, you didn't watch it expand around you. So it's just like, I go to Old Navy and I'm out of here. What? There's a Joe Brown's in there. What floor? There's an ice skating rink. I think I heard about it. Like,
I see.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're literally going to the internet for like 5 things.
Well, one of the 5 things they should go to the internet for is to donate to X-Ray's fund drive to our peer-to-peer. Go to it right now. Link is in our IG bio. Also, one of our stories. Just click it. It's up right now, I think. Today, there's giveaways. I'm sorry. I just had I blanked.
Mm-hmm.
The giveaway today and tomorrow. It's Thursday and Friday. These are the, anyone who enters today and tomorrow will be entered to win.
Give it to me.
A Portland record store shopping spree. Shopping spree. Shopping spree.
I do get excited every time that's mentioned. I'll be like, I want one.
Everyone who gives will be entered to win $225 to spend, which, I mean, come on. To spend to their heart's content at Crossroads Records.
I'm getting vinyl. I'm getting cassettes. I'm getting posters.
There are a few more places. We got 50 from Crossroads Records, 50 from Vinyl Resting Place, 50 from City Noise Records, 25 from Mississippi Records, and Chess Art Books, $50. This is a spree. And that's a spree of a bunch of local businesses for your vinyl pleasures.
I love Vinyl Resting Place's name. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's a fantastic name. Yeah. Also, for week 2, which we're in right now, one, count 'em, one lucky supporter will win. Are you ready? A Taylor 110E acoustic electric guitar.
Oh.
Hard shell case and strap included. What are you talking about?
I'm just going to walk around with it.
Do you want to learn how to play or?
I'm just going to walk around with it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Andre 3000.
That's what I'm talking about.
He did not learn to play the flute.
He didn't?
He picked it up and he started blowing.
Oh.
You know?
Self-taught.
Self-taught flute guy. Flautist. There you go. Flutician is absolutely the new name of anybody who plays a flute. I am not a flutician, but watch me work. I'm about to become one. I just want that name behind my name. Morgan Jones, flutician.
Just get it on a patch.
Yes.
For your Nines brand jacket.
Yes.
Flutician.
Oh, Michelle let us know. Both Mercury and Mars are in pre-retrograde. You know what?
Okay.
Who needs this perimenopause? Pre-retrograde shadow, which means they are traversing parts of the sky they will appear to track back through later this year. That's about go once to come back. Mercury goes into retrograde November 25th, Mars 6th. Mars December 6th. So buckle up and go slow.
All this
is this specific to my sign?
All this astrology is making me think about that Miss Cleo movie. Did it already come out?
I think so. Oh, no. I don't think so.
That trailer looks
Call me now.
Yes. Call me now.
I saw something on the, someone say they didn't know that Lady of Rage was Baby D from Friday.
That's not true.
I just don't know what you mean by that.
She literally played Lady of Rage. I don't have time for this.
Whoa. Okay. That's not how that went, babe.
Baby
Call
D,
me Miss Cleo. Is that what it's called?
I think so.
Oh, wait. It does. Okay. Getting off track.
Okay. All right. In any event, let's get back to the specifics of the fund drive. Yeah.
Just, so goals for today, 5,700.
Okay. That's a little short of the 2 mil, but all right.
Totes doable, though.
The totes are doable? Is it awesome totes?
Okay.
You're saying it's totally doable?
I'm saying it's totally doable.
Awesome. I agree.
We're looking for 50 total givers, 10 new members. Bring on the big bucks.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
And the bucks, tell a friend to tell a friend. These go to keeping this community radio going. That's what these bucks go to. Absolutely. And we are so not just excited and happy and all of those things to be here, but this is very much one of our favorite things to do. Easily. Right?
For sure.
I'm not just speaking for myself there.
No, you're not.
We don't look forward to waking up early, but we do look forward to waking up every Thursday to get here. And we want to keep being able to do that.
Yeah.
And every other person who hosts a show on this station, we can take, for instance, one Jack Rudo.
Mm-hmm. Stellar.
Incredible show. incredible person. Iffy opinions, but incredible person.
Iffy political alliances.
Indeed. But, childhood friends, when you grow up with someone.
You know them a little different.
Yeah. When you've seen them in their middle school worst,
Give them a little more rope. Yeah.
Yeah.
Understand.
Yes, this is us creating a rumor that Bruto knows Renee Gonzalez from childhood. Yeah. Harper told us.
Did you see his clapback?
Yeah, I don't know how it took me so long to see it. I saw it yesterday or something.
Yeah. Bruto's a mess,
man. I did appreciate it. I appreciated it very much.
Yeah.
But yes, first, a humongous thank you to everybody who has already given. Again, we are so thankful to be able to continue to do this, and we want to keep it going.
Yeah.
Want to keep it popping.
It also goes to holding the door open for us to be able to, for the station to be able to bring on more shows like this.
Yes.
And expand the morning, roster. So keep that in mind as well.
And I know that it's hard to think about all of the different things. We're getting hit over the head right now with text messages from every political group that's ever existed to tell you, they pull out every person they possibly can to tell you $5 will help us. Do it right now.
Now is the time.
Understand that I got all the feelings about how much it costs to run an election, and a campaign. Money is better served directly in your community, right? Giving to a presidential campaign that has billionaire backers or multi-millionaire backers is understandable, and also money better well spent can be better well spent right in your community in this way. So I'm hoping today we dig deep, we get the dollars flowing so that Nina doesn't kick me off the radio.
Nina wouldn't do that.
No,
she
might.
No. Not even for that indirect slander. She would.
Oh, it's not. I'm just completely terrified that I'm going to disappoint her. That's all that is. Deeply terrified.
No.
Yeah. All right. Well, what are we talking about today?
Well, I mean, it is Halloween, right?
It is Halloween.
Spooky season.
Halloween.
You just said you were terrified. I can think of horrible things that are happening in New York City.
Eric Adams. Jump scare.
You have Eric Adams is a jump scare. It'd be a jump scare. But you also have a Jennifer. I feel like we should replace Karen with Jennifer. And all the Jennifers like that. Whoa, chill out, bro.
Yeah.
Chill out.
I think they're not going to like that. The Karens didn't like it.
Could you imagine? You're out with your homegirl. You guys hit happy hour. You're kicking it. Things get a little late. It's like, hey, I got work in the morning. Let's grab a Uber or a Lyft. Hops on in there.
A ride share.
Just you and your homegirl. And then as you pull up to a light, your driver starts praying in Arabic. It's a brown man. Hey, praying in Arabic. Minding his own business.
Sounds good to me.
And then your homegirl pulls out her mace and begins to mace the driver as the light turns green.
I want to stop you here.
Yes.
Is the driver that she is macing, my homegirl, in a different car?
Same car. The car in which we are in the back of. She has now leaned forward and is macing the driver.
I'm going to stop you again.
Yeah.
Fiancés, are you listening to this? What I would like you to do is tell me how many times you have tried to injure the person driving the car that you're in. Please.
Yeah.
Flood the text line.
Yeah.
Because what? In what regard do you mean a person starts to pray. Or really, did she even know that? She knew that.
She might not know he was praying, but
that's what I'm saying. She heard him speaking in Arabic and was like, enough. Well, hell's bells.
Obviously, I am in the middle of a terrorist plot. Was her reaction.
To which she then maced the person behind the wheel
of the car that she's a passenger
she's a passenger in New York City. Manhattan.
So Jennifer G, 23-year-old, has been indicted on hate crime charges for allegedly pepper spraying an Uber driver, Shohel Mahmoud. There we go. While he was praying in Arabic during an August ride in Manhattan. Jennifer faces charges including second-degree assault as a hate crime, third-degree assault as a hate crime, and aggravated harassment. The attack, which occurred near East 65th Street and Lexington Avenue, was captured on surveillance video. A fellow passenger attempted to intervene, but Jennifer continued her assault. Mahmoud reported the incident immediately, and Jennifer was arrested following his 911 call. The Council of Islamic American Relations welcomed the hate crime charges with CAIR New York Executive Director Afar Nashar, expressing appreciation for the clear message condemning bias-driven violence. Jennifer's former employer, D. Pagan Communications, has also publicly denounced her actions. I wonder if she got fired. So, yeah, the video is out there. This Uber driver has dash cam. And you see her just lunge forward and start macing him. And he's reaching, trying to grab her hand and protect his face at the same time. And she's grabbing his hand, trying to wrench his hand out of the way, protecting his face from the mace. He hops out of his seatbelt and ends up, getting out of the car. But the car was in drive. So he has to hop back in and throw it in the park. And I am not using the wrong adjective when I say this. When you see the video, her behavior was feral, bro. It was, it was like what I would imagine it would feel like trying to get an angry raccoon off of you or a possum and you're trapped in a car with it. Like she was all the level of aggression,
fervor
was wild.
It immediately made me say, this is not fear.
No.
Because you know how I assume there's going to be some sort of I didn't know what was happening, and I was so scared.
Right.
This wasn't fear. This wasn't this was actual aggression.
Yeah.
Vicious.
Yeah. She was the slasher in this film.
She was not the final girl. Correct.
No, she was not the final girl.
Yeah.
She was the slasher.
I'm gonna tell you this. If my friend is doing this, because you framed it this way.
Yeah.
I'm actually grabbing her hand.
Easily.
Or I'm knocking
her back.
I'm knocking that out of her hand.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Not right now. Jen, are we looking to die?
Again here's the thing. Mace, Jen?
Right. Because here's the thing. You blind the driver.
Come on, man.
The driver gets in an accident and you're going to try and sue the driver. No, babes, it's on you here. It's on you here.
So
what I'm not looking to do is get a ride because I've had too many and then get in an accident because I had too many. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh, and to close that circle for you, sorry, there was another element to the story that was missing. When the friend on the video, you can hear the friend is yelling at her, Jen, stop, what are you doing? And Jen responds, he's brown.
Oh, that's right.
I forgot to. Oh. You don't think we're just drawing our own conclusions here. Jen laid it out. That's why
Jen did say he's
That's
brown.
why there's the hate crime statutes. Yeah. Jorah says, happy Halloween. What a scary bee. And AJ said, Mason the driver is wild work.
The wildest work, okay?
Yeah.
The wildest work.
We blind my pilot.
It makes no sense to me. But I'll say that when people are in different states, they don't make a whole lot of sense, right? Like I have definitely seen someone hit the driver of a vehicle, and it's like they're in motion.
Right.
And you're in the same motion in the same vehicle. At what point do you think it would be a good time to like mush someone's face while they're driving?
Bruh.
That's a person that doesn't care about their own life. So they definitely don't care about yours, is all I was trying to get to.
At all.
Taking another long road to get to there. But
yeah,
that's some wild work.
Yeah.
Dressing up as a Nazi in 2024.
In the legacy of Halloween, problematic costumes will never
abound.
Yes.
They don't go away.
We'll never be free of them.
Sometimes you're like, oh, I just saw this crazy thing on the internet. You know, they're doing blackface in Georgia or whatever.
Yeah.
So, well, yeah, they are. And they're doing Nazi outfits at Portland State. So a student's Nazi costume at PSU.
PSU, guys.
Portland State University's Halloween contest on October 27th. Staff condemned the incident, saying that it clashed with the university's values of respect and inclusivity. In a statement to the student residents, PSU Residence Life emphasized its commitment to fostering a welcoming and inclusive community. It also acknowledged that such actions could make students feel unsafe in their residence halls and assured students that hateful acts are not tolerated. The university's Office of Equity and Compliance has launched an investigation into the incident through its bias response team. Now, I don't know what needs to be investigated. Does it change if it's his, great-great-grandpa's outfit? Does it change if it's because dressing up, taking the opportunity of any sort of costume party to dress as a Nazi soldier is actually intensely bananas.
That's a way to put it. Yeah.
Like the bananas are shaking.
Yeah.
Because there's this misunderstanding of what is funny or clever, creative, versus shocking.
I'll give you that.
So there's, many people who believe that shocking is enough. Shocking is all the things. Let me rephrase. Because they think that shocking equals funny, clever, creative, all of those, right?
Yeah. You beat me to it, but that's,
It is, it's not clever to dress up as
a Nazi.
Right. And I know that the word gets thrown around in a way that makes people devalue what that means. There is no scenario where you should be okay being a part of that regime. Right? There's no scenario in 2024 that you should proudly be like, who I'm going to be.
Right.
On the day that I get to dress up. What did our, fantastic fallen street scholar Kanye West once say?
George Bush doesn't care about black people?
He did say that.
Okay.
He said Halloween is the only day you're not in a costume. And that is true, I think, for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Given the opportunity to show people who you are without saying the words, this is what I am. And I don't mean that if you dress up as, the cowardly lion, that you're a coward. I don't mean that. Or a lion.
Whoa.
But I mean, you're telling us something about yourself when you decide to do blackface, or you decide to be a Nazi soldier, or you decide to be any one of these intensely offensive, on purpose people for, I guess,
kicks.
it's a self-report.
Yeah.
So I don't care how you got that outfit. No, that's not true. I do actually care, because if that's not your family memorabilia,
Mm-hmm.
why do you have any access to where do you buy it? Why are you doing it?
Yeah, I feel you. That's when you said I don't care. I was like, yeah, I don't care. I mean, if you want it, you'll get it made. Like, you just want it. The fact that's something cool to you needs to be at the forefront of the conversation. Like, they're doing an investigation. Okay, cool. At any point in the investigation, is someone asking this person, so why a Nazi? Just why a Nazi?
I mean,
what was the thought behind that? Because here's the thing. I want the kid to have to find a new school. But in order for us to get there, I need you to talk. I need you to explain it. Talk this all the way out. Because you thought it would be funny. Just for some laughs. Cool. Who's laughing at this joke?
Right.
Who's your intended audience? Oh, so that's your crew? Yeah, thank you. See yourself on the way out. Because if you're sitting here telling me this type of behavior doesn't align with the values, then there's some confusion between you and your students that they think that, this is NBD. This is all good. Yeah.
We got a couple of texts. One, my grandpa used to say you can always get someone's attention by spitting in their face.
Yikes. Gramps was right.
One, I saw a gay Hitler costume one time. I thought it was pretty funny. Okay. Y'all are annoying. Play some music. You're listening to the wrong show. Sorry. You can. The music break will come.
Morgan, who would have known chastising Nazis would be annoying?
Oh, me.
Oh, okay.
I would. Yeah. There is no investigation. Dressing as a Nazi is self-evident. Thank you.
Facts.
Yeah, I mean, again, self-report. You're just out here telling on yourself.
Right.
I don't. The conversation that you're wanting to be had is, I feel like I would, that sounds great, but it's not going to be fruitful. And they're not going to say anything that is groundbreaking or makes anyone understand all this. Like, oh, okay, then that is it. It's totally actually fine. Like, there isn't actually the debate to be had.
Yeah.
And that's the thing for me, is that we're trying to we don't teach history the way that it in reality,
Facts.
Right? We don't teach real history. And then we make space for people putting fascist dictators,
mm-hmm.
mass murderers on a pedestal.
Mm-hmm.
That's another freaking self-report. If you are out here like, well, I mean, but maybe just hear him out.
Oh, okay. No. To be clear, that's definitely not. Yeah, and I agree
I don't mean you. I meant people like, well, Hitler didn't do everything wasn't bad.
Shit up.
Like separate the Holocaust from the artist or something, I guess.
Okay, that was a good one. But yeah, I agree. There is no debate. There's absolutely no debate about this.
Another thing that's not a debate. Did y'all see Medhi Hassan?
Oh, goodness.
On CNN. What's that man's name? Ryan Gerdesky or something.
Yeah, that's his name.
Ryan Gerdesky. I don't even know who he is. Is he just a panelist? Is he a pundit?
He's a pundit. From what I understand, the little that I've learned recently about him, like, this is just who he is. Like, this was mild Ryan. He had no business on CNN. There's a difference between having people with opposing views and then purposely booking someone who was inflammatory. Like, and it's kind of like,
he's a political consultant and writer whose work has been featured in multiple publications like the Washington Examiner, the American Conservative Magazine, the Daily Caller, which is, if you are unaware, I'd say I would not be surprised if Ryan Gerdesky dressed as Hitler.
Right.
Right. On CNN, on a panel I don't even know what they were supposed to be discussing. He made the comment to Medhi Hassan, I hope your pager doesn't explode.
When Medhi had expressed his support for Palestine. And in response to that, he said, yeah, well, I hope your pager doesn't explode. Hope your pager doesn't go off.
Go off, yeah.
And immediately got checked.
Yep. But he also, immediately got checked by Medhi, by a couple of other panelists. Shout out to I don't know that black woman's name. I think it was Nicole something, who was like, oh, what we're not going to do is that. And I don't have to be any of the things to be offended by that.
Yeah.
You had no business.
Yeah.
The way that he did that offhanded, like to him, he's like, oh, it was just an offhanded comment. It just wasn't, I didn't mean anything by it. The way he said it is how people who are openly, uncloseted racists speak with each other. And then it was like he forgot he was on national cable news.
Yeah.
Because the way he said it was like, obviously that's funny.
And they just kept going. Yeah.
I hope your pager doesn't go off. Number one, the ability to continue to link Palestinian people as terrorists, period, as a terrorist group of people is wild work, nasty work. And it's the same thing that they're doing in the way of trying to obscure Jewish and Israeli. We're watching this thing happen where, like, if someone was dressing up as Bibi Netanyahu, would you be like, NBD, that's funny? Like, at this point, that wouldn't be funny.
Right, that wouldn't work.
Not at this point today, but many points. That wouldn't be funny. That wouldn't be like some nuanced take on, Halloween or something.
No.
But we know that has been sort of the government's position, is that all Palestinians are Hamas, all Hamas are Palestinians, and that's that. That is how they have enacted this war. And I guess I still don't feel comfortable calling it a war. Bombardment, onslaught, slaughter.
And that's definitely the line that Ryan tried to connect right there in that moment in his backtracking. He first said, well, didn't you say you supported Hamas? I thought I heard you say you supported Hamas.
I thought you said Hamas.
And it's like, no, you didn't.
Yeah, Hamas and Palestine, Palestinian, those sound exactly the same.
And then, he gave some fake apology. Well, then I'm sorry, So they ended up removing him from the show. When they went to break and came back, he was not back. The host of the show, Abby Phillip, apologized to Medhi and apologized to the viewers, and spoke on behalf of the station. But I remember, talking to you previously about that particular show, that I know what they're going for. I know they're going for the viral moments and the clicks and all of that stuff. But it's a show that far too often has people that shouldn't have a microphone in front of their face.
Right.
Far too often.
That is the cable news conundrum.
Right.
Just a bunch of people that should not be able to be platformed, getting their opinions valued.
Yeah.
There aren't clicks worth enough to have a lot of the people that any of these cable news shows have on in the, name of objectivity.
Right.
Because that's not even, big air quotes around objectivity. There's not two sides to everything. And what I mean by that is there's not going to be something worth respecting or keeping the door open for every single time something happens. Right. That's not a thing.
Yeah.
There's no space for allowing genocide. There's no space for being like, well, but he did it because, you know?
a lot of these opposing views are just bad faith arguments.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Period.
Absolutely.
Well, let's talk about what we're going to be using the remainder of the show to talk about. In national news, I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this, Supreme Court's conservative judges have allowed Virginia to resume purging of voter registrations.
I mean, that's cool. You know? One person, one vote.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Yeah.
In local news, Oregon Attorney General says this is an emergency as MultCo jails reach 95% capacity.
Who could have saw it coming?
Certainly not any of us. And we're going to talk some Portland election stuff. We're going to talk, burning ballots, ranked choice voting, and give you the info on the Imagine Black voter guide.
I love it. It's a great voter guide. Love it, love it, love it.
So we'll stop being annoying for a moment so that a song can be played in case that person who thinks we're annoying is still here. It'd be weird if you were.
I could care so little about that. Bob said, I call cable news the outrage industrial complex. And you are correct. That's exactly what it is. That is exactly what it is.
Big outrage.
Big. All right. Let's do some music.
What are we going to jump into?
Well, we got a text from Rudo.
Oh?
Happy Halloween, Ambush.
Wow. Hi, Rudo.
I think you guys are at Petty War, so.
Hello?
Hugs and kisses, Daywalker, Rudo.
Fake blade.
Oh, wow. Okay, offense has been taken. Eugene, you're right. You want to go into...
Multnomah County's jails in Portland, Oregon are nearing full capacity, creating concerns about potential forced prisoner releases as law enforcement anticipates a busy season with upcoming presidential election unrest. Both downtown Portland's jail and the Inverness jail in Northeast Portland have reached 92% capacity as of last Sunday.
Yikes.
With 1,043 beds filled out of a possible 1,130 funded for this fiscal year. If the jails reach a 95% occupancy rate, an emergency measure would require releasing inmates based on their risk assessment scores, warned Multnomah County Sheriff Nicole Morrissey O'Donnell. Forced releases, according to her, would indicate a, quote, failure of our systems of accountability and our rehabilitative goals in a public safety system already stretched thin by high occupancy rates. U.S. Attorney for Oregon Natalie K. Witt expressed concern about the potential surge in arrests related to protests during the election period, pushing for solutions to avoid what she called an emergency. She also asked the county to explore grants or overtime funding to open additional beds in anticipation of heightened unrest. Staffing shortages continue to challenge jail operations. Sheriff Morrissey O'Donnell noted that the jail system has had to reduce or suspend certain functions due to mandatory overtime and vacancies. The county's Board of Commissioners approved less than half of the $900,000 that the sheriff's office requested to expand its recruitment resources this fiscal year, limiting the office's ability to address staffing gaps. Compounding the problem, Multnomah County Circuit Court expects an increase in the number of detainees held for arraignment between January 1st as new guidelines aim to reduce instances where defendants released from custody fail to appear in court. Chief Criminal Judge Michael A. Greenlick estimates a 30% increase in the number of defendants awaiting court appearances in jail. There are transportation challenges between jails and courthouses that are also impacting case timelines. A recent email from the sheriff's office informed the court that deputies could only transport defendants for 3 scheduled trials due to staff limitations, delaying a number of cases. including sentencing hearings for child abuse and homicide cases. I have questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
These delays have frustrated public defenders and defense attorneys who report that restrictions on visiting hours have made client communications difficult. As a result, cases are taking longer to resolve, increasing the caseload for court-appointed attorneys and exacerbating the state's public defense crisis. Meanwhile, bookings at the county jails have risen over the past 10 months, though they are still approximately 25% below pre-pandemic averages. Interesting. Wow. Crime down. Sheriff Morrissey O'Donnell has urged county officials to fully fund recruitment efforts, stating that adequate staffing is essential for the county's criminal justice system to function efficiently and prevent the forced release of inmates.
What were you going to say? Real quick, I don't know if you saw this, but businesses downtown are already boarding up their windows.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I did see that. Yeah. I've got a lot here. Mm-hmm. There aren't enough people to drive incarcerated people downtown from 122nd.
Yeah. Yeah, there aren't enough sheriffs.
Well, should we not? Why are we trying to recruit police officers then? It sounds like y'all need these sheriff deputies or whatever the heck they are.
That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. You need people to their cases, man.
This is what happens when we're like, lock them up, and zero freaking infrastructure to do that.
Right.
And somehow we're always ready to do exactly this and be caught off guard, even though we shouldn't be, but we're never willing to try something different.
No.
We're never willing to take a look at what isn't working. Because we just keep coming back to the same thing. Hire more of the same to do more of the same. That's not efficient. It doesn't work the way that it is. And if people are not able to get a trial in the time that they are supposed to, we are, as a state, violating civil liberties.
Yep.
So your justice system can't do that. And the language of forced release is like they're, here come the murderers.
Right.
When in reality, that's not who's at the front of the line, It's the people that will be at the front of the line that should likely not be incarcerated at that jail in the first place.
Right.
And if really we're talking about rehabilitation as a core component, show me where that's happening. Efficiently or inefficiently.
Right.
Within Multnomah County jails. Rehabbing what? What are we... Because we certainly know that substance abuse issues, I don't think we just get to call having meetings be available actual rehabilitation.
Right. And with the recriminalization that, people are so happy to have happen. What now? What now, guys? What's the situation? What's the fix?
Well, remember when we were, talking about the recriminalization that's in the very beginning of the rumor mill of that, Right. We definitely were asking the question. So if we don't have enough public defenders and we don't have enough space in the jails and all we're doing is trying to lock up the people that we're unwilling to help and we just want them out of our face, what do we think is going to happen?
Right.
Revolving door.
Right.
Which is the thing that some people say they don't want to happen, but I don't know what else you think could happen. We're really not in a position to be arresting and jailing as many people as we are for the reasons that we are.
Right.
I'm not talking about the homicides, but a lot of people in jail for tiny drug infractions because we don't like to see it. Not even that we don't want people addicted. We just don't want to see it.
Right.
There's a lot wrong with that. Seeing people doing drugs that you don't agree with outside is something that should cause, if there's something in you, right? When you see that and you're like, what's going on over there? We really got to start looking at those situations for what they are. And that is a failure of multiple systems. Not that person's individual failure, not that person's morality. But if we continue to equate morals to drug use or poverty, we're going to continue this rapid decline.
Mm-hmm. Addiction is a disease. It simply is.
You can't treat it by jail. If someone gets cancer, you don't go, okay, go to jail.
Talk about, it's for your own good.
The only way we can treat you is by putting you in this cell.
Right.
You can't be left to your own devices.
So I'm curious as to how they're going to, solve this. It's going to be many letters to the editor once people start getting released.
Well, I'm excited to hear what they say to Nathan Vasquez,
He's so tough on crime.
Under your leadership, your tough on crime leadership, now you're just opening the doors to Multnomah County Jail and letting all the criminals out.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be great.
But are they going to say that to him? Because honestly, you don't actually, what we have learned many years ago, you don't actually have to do or be the thing you said you were going to be in order to get elected. It was just sounding good at the time.
Yeah.
Felt good in your bones to hear somebody say, we got to get these criminals off the street. Maybe we should start the show every Thursday by saying, kill the cop in your head because you aren't one if you're not one.
Right.
And wanting to be an arm of oppression is an interesting thing that maybe you should sit with.
Just talk to somebody about that.
Take a beat.
Yeah.
I wonder why I feel like I need to be in control of this situation and why I think I know best for these people I've never met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nasty work.
Nasty work that is gumming up the works, if you will. And who would have saw it coming?
Who knew? If you try to lock everybody up for everything, you'll run out of space.
I mean, what?
It's groundbreaking. Groundbreaking data.
Give me a music break.
Yeah, we'll come back to some Portland politics.
Yeah. I wonder if it's Rudo who's trying to steal my identity and messing with my business.
Rudes.
Is it you? October's very own? Huh?
Nice. Very nice. Very nice.
Bruh.
Well, I did mention a little bit earlier that downtown businesses are boarding their windows up in preparation for the big election night and whatever follows. Listen, I don't know about you guys. I am over it. I am over Portland's on fire. I'm over political protests in the city. Every day we got to get the elk up. I'm over it. What if the election is held and nothing happens? That could be a thing, right? Are we too far gone? What's the over and under, Morgan?
Man, dang it. That's the only question I had.
Yeah.
What's the over and under on the political unrest? I don't know. I've been asking this question because I, too, am, Meh. Very meh.
Meh. Well,
I think it's interesting to hunker down for political unrest, but it being about the national election and not like what's happening here, because makes more sense if we're gonna to me.
Yeah.
If we aren't resting easy, it's likely because a wrong person got ranked when they shouldn't have.
No, please. Let's make sure we're not allowing random people, and definitely the worst options, to be ranked. But there has been a little head start on political unrest. ballot boxes are under attack. Now, when we first talked about this earlier in the week, it was like, I think it was maybe one ballot box, maybe two at the time.
It was one in Portland, one in Vancouver, and they were seeing if it was linked. And right. I think that we didn't know anything about it, just basically saw that headline, and we're trying to look into it while we were live on Monday. But we're a little dismissive to it in that moment. Yeah. And we shouldn't have been.
No, definitely not. I mean, people lost ballots, man. I'm curious as to what the mechanism is in order to determine which ballots were destroyed at the box, and how do they notify people? Because I did see that some people have already been notified to vote again.
Well, you know, the
box scan it. Is that what happens?
There's this. Your envelope has. I don't know that the box scans it, but the envelope has a barcode.
Right.
And if the whole thing isn't burned, I guess maybe they could still scan the barcode.
Yeah, definitely.
So those folks that were, had anything that was identifiable could still be told that they need to vote. Whoops, sorry.
Yeah.
Ooh, because yawning is contagious, does that work when you're not in front of someone? Like, did everybody listening just yawn? Mass yawn?
I've caused yawns over the phone,
So then, yes.
Yeah, it's possible. It is possible.
All right, I'll be quiet.
All right. So devices featuring pro-Palestinian slogans were reportedly found near ballot drop boxes involved in recent arson attacks in Vancouver, Washington, and Portland, Oregon, according to an FBI investigation. The incidents include a fire at Fisher's Landing Transit Center in Vancouver on Monday, destroying hundreds of ballots in a precinct with a pivotal congressional race, as well as a similar attempt in southeast Portland the same day. Portland's fire suppression system prevented significant damage, with only 3 ballots lost. That's amazing. Mm-hmm. A third incendiary device was previously discovered near a ballot box on West 13th and Esther Streets in Vancouver 3 weeks ago. Though no ballots were harmed, investigators reported finding slogans such as Free Gaza and Free Palestine written on or near the incendiary devices in each incident, as disclosed by 2 anonymous law enforcement officials to the New York Times. Officials have not yet determined if the suspect is indeed a pro-Palestinian activist. Portland police found the ballot box for forensic analysis, with the spokesperson confirming that the device will be closely examined for any distinct markings or writings. However, local police did not confirm the report. Authorities are currently searching for a 2001 to 2004 Volvo S60 believed to be linked to these incidents. Neither Portland nor Vancouver police have released an official motive for the attacks, and the FBI has not commented in detail on the investigation, but assured the public that they are working closely and expeditiously to resolve the case and hold responsible parties accountable. So as much as you would like to say it's not happening, Morgan, political violence abound.
Oh, no question. It abounds all the time, every day, not just during campaigns and election seasons.
Facts.
However, I can near guarantee that it is not pro-Palestinian or Palestinian supporters who are setting ballots on fire. It's not. This is giving Blacks Rock, Do y'all remember that dude that wrote in his own driveway, like, F Trump, go away, Blacks Rock? Because, that's what Black people do.
We say we rock.
They take the sidewalk chalk to your driveway to say that Blacks Rock.
Wow.
Just like you're going to say, no, go ahead.
Good.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, to answer your earlier question, Bob said, yes, we made him yawn, but not out of boredom. So your yawn worked over the errors. Wow. Bob confirmed it.
There's another text that says, I didn't yawn because I was just listening to Ambush. How's that for an incendiary device? You know what, Rudo? I don't know how Harper is dealing with you. Look, all you have to do in this moment is say you're sorry and that I won, and we can move forward. Because the truth is, I won. If we're just even talking posts, like mine is better. Okay? Just say you're sorry.
It's a pretty incendiary device.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I first, again, we were a little bit more like, what? Y'all throwing up ballot boxes?
Yeah, like, that's wild. What so you crazy. Doing?
And the fact that the first one happened 3 weeks ago was like, this person's like, let me test my mechanism here. Let me test, do some dry runs, if you will, right? Because there was no ballots in that box. It was 3 weeks ago.
Too early.
Yeah. So, all right, okay, this is working out. This is giving me the desired effect. And now, 'tis go time.
Right.
Went right at it. Man.
What I don't understand, and I do mean this, like, so, okay, we're peeved, and we're past flipping the table. We got to burn something down.
Right.
When we're, what's our goal? To burn ballots that you don't know what they say?
Well, if you don't believe in the system at all, burn it all down.
Oh, okay.
That's why earlier you were like, I can 95% guarantee this isn't a Palestinian supportive Gaza. I agree with that percentage. I do believe it's a 95% chance. It's not. But within that 5%, there's a percentage that makes sense. Like, all of it go away. But I believe, like you, this is, what do they call that? Foul play.
I want to be clear. I didn't give a percentage. I didn't say 95%.
Oh, I thought you did.
Said I'm pretty positive.
Oh, okay.
But, sure. Things are possible.
Mm-hmm.
It's just doesn't align with the mission. So burn it down. Sure, but when you want to change a system for real, that's not even. You can say burn it down, but you got to say burn it down.
Okay.
I mean, but I mean it though.
Yeah.
There's a difference, and if it's burn it down and build it back, it's not burn it down. And I think that there's a disconnect that
there is.
People think that if you're saying these systems are actual forms of oppression and need to end, that just means they need to end, and then we just live in anarchy.
Yeah. No. Thank you for making that clarification, because I think not enough people take the time to make that clarification when they say burn it all down.
Yeah. Okay, you can victim blame, sure.
Yeah. So what do you think?
Nothing. Oh. Much like Rudo is doing, he said Morgan is going as delusional for Halloween. Not very mindful or cutesy.
Well, it's still demure. Man.
I'm out of here. Show's over early today. Rudo. Nah. I'll save it.
Are you guys excited okay, so quick question. Text us, let us know. Have you voted yet?
Yeah. Tell us.
I'm curious. We haven't voted yet. Our ballots, we know exactly where they are. They're sitting in the living room in our little mail compartment. They're good to go.
Raring to go.
I want to rank some choices.
Yes.
And I know who I'm not ranking. That's a whole bunch of y'all.
There's a lot of people running for a lot of things.
There's a lot of people that spend a lot of money to get in front of me and my YouTube videos. And best believe, you are not getting ranked.
Boy, oh boy.
I was telling MJ on Monday that I was playing one of my games on my my iPhone. And, they give you those ads or whatever because it's a free game, sure. But then I saw an ad for Candace Avalos, and I was like, wait a minute. This is awesome. Local political ads during my game, my little free game. Cool. And then I got one for Mingus, and I was like, this is not awesome.
No longer cool.
I do not want politics in my gaming.
That sounds exactly like you.
Take this out.
Ambush once said, famously.
I don't know if it's famously. I don't know.
It's famous within a podcast has no name community.
Please don't look up this episode, please.
Ambush, what were we talking about?
We were talking about it, part 2.
Okay.
We were reviewing it as a crew.
And
OG crew.
Ambush said,
It's so embarrassing.
I don't want to get the racism out of my horror.
Yeah.
I don't like it when you put those, they don't go together or something like that, right?
Get the racism out of my horror.
And I was like, what? What horror movies do you like?
Oh my God.
Foundational, bro. Okay, before we go, because it's gonna, all of a sudden we're at 6 minutes.
Yeah.
A lot of y'all have probably voted. A lot of y'all probably understand ranked choice voting. We just want to say there are folks that don't understand.
Yeah, they might see it about to get a little confused.
That get confused. There's, different things. So just wanted to quickly, very briefly, go over that system. And so ranked choice voting is a system where voters rank candidates in order of preference. First, second choice, first, second, third, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So there's the initial count, which is when the votes are first counted. Only voters' first choices are considered. If any candidate has more than 50% of the vote, they win outright. We're done.
Boom.
Close it up.
Boom.
That race is finished. Steve Kornacki can come out and let us know who our new city council person is. If that isn't what happens, there's an elimination round. So if no candidate has a majority, the candidate with the fewest first choice votes is eliminated. Mm-hmm. So you drop out of the bracket. Boom. No longer there. Voters who choose that eliminated candidate as their first choice will have their votes transferred to their next choice.
Right.
Recounting and different rounds. They eliminate the lowest ranking candidate and redistribute the votes. And that continues until one candidate achieves a majority of the votes in that round.
Boom.
Making them the winner. This is a more democratic process than the way that we have always voted. It is more democratic than the way that we vote nationally.
Yeah, definitely.
There's this idea from opponents that it's just too complex, and it's going to be there's going to be so much money that we have to spend to educate the public, because they're just going to be fumbling with their ballots. They're going to not know what to do, and they're going to just keep making mistakes because they're so confused, and now they're disenfranchised because you gave them this new voting system. In reality, the more democratic a process gets, the less the powerful want us to have it.
Period.
So when you start hearing the opponents say things, to that point of, wow, but it's just so hard to explain, right? It's just, I thought one person, one vote. If you thought that, and I want to be real clear, please turn me up in your headphones. If you thought that, you're thinking of a different country, or you are not paying attention at all. Because there's a little something right over here called the Electoral College.
Yeah.
So that one person, one vote, the majority wins, is a real laughable myth that we have lived with and believed. And our entire lives.
Yeah.
This is actual choice and options. This is actually getting to electing the person with the majority of the vote.
Right. The people's choice, if you will.
The people's choice, if you will. Certainly it's going to be sticky. The first time we do anything is going to be sticky, and I want to set some expectations. Yes, there are going to be people that don't know how to do it. Yes, there are going to be people that complain about it. Yes, it's going to be different, and sometimes that's just flatly hard.
Right.
But doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result is not going to help us in any way. We have to be willing to try new things, and we have to be willing to allow those things to have a second to work.
Right.
This is what it's like. Change can be scary, and it can be the best thing that has ever happened to a moment, to a life, to a, you know. So.
And in either case, it's work. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I want us to really, even if you're a person who's like, this is going to be the best thing ever and I can't wait for it to happen, just hold those expectations a little, I don't mean low, but like tighter. Just hold them so that you don't get yourself in a place where you think everything has just been fixed.
Right.
All problems resolved in one thing, and then you don't see it work the way you wanted it to, and now it just doesn't work.
Right.
That's not the case.
So we got a couple people responding to our question about whether they voted or not.
Oh, yes.
Kenneth said, plan this tonight, but got a list on the notes app, ready and waiting.
Yes.
He also said, also I'm ranking Renee at number 1. Just kidding. Just a little spooky Halloween trick. We got another text. I haven't yet, but last night heard that campaign text stop after your ballot has been
tallied.
Voted today to test this out.
Wow. Oh, this one. We've been getting anti-Bynum mailers in which they appear to be darkening her skin. Despicable.
Wow.
Yes, we sent our ballots in yesterday.
Thanks, Bob. Wow.
Hold the phone.
Anti-Bynum mailers distorting her visage, if you will. Terrible. Man.
Bob, do you have that mailer?
Yeah.
Can you send us a picture? I haven't gotten any anti-Bynum. Man, the mailers that we're getting, though, they're spending big bread.
Oh, huge.
Holy moly donuts.
These are full-page mailers.
Thick.
Double-sided.
Cardstock. Glossy.
Yeah.
All to say nothing for the most part. One of the things that I really like about ranked choice voting is that the possibilities.
Yeah.
There's a lot less reasons to run a Jerry Springer-esque campaign, you know, and just be fighting with your opponents and doing all the mudslinging and this person's too liberal, you know, like, because if you're not going to be ranked number 1, you still want to be ranked number 2. You still want to be ranked number 3.
Right.
Like, so instead of going cutthroat, it's keeping it cute.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
I don't want candidates to have to spend a bunch of money to tell me that so-and-so didn't do the thing they said they would. I want you to be able to tell me that, for sure. But I don't want you to spend all of the money that we've been giving you in order to do it.
Yeah. Talk about what you're going to do.
Yeah, and also pay attention to, it is real legacy. It is real. These people have been politicians for a long time that are spending that big bread and getting those big full page, you know, mailers out. And you may not know any of the people, know the faces of any of the people that are running in your district.
Right.
This is a win already. Ranked choice voting is a win already. Please do not hesitate. You have questions, hit us up. I actually will be all over our Instagram today. I actually will respond to DMs as quick as I can.
In the mix. Rudo said, I voted. I think the deepest ranking I did on any item was 3. And I think I'm going to be around there too, like 3, maybe 4, with, some options there.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said Rudo, so I quit listening. What was it?
Oh, that was nice. Rudo said, I voted. I think the deepest ranking I did on any item was 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm beef to the side. I agree.
Bob said it doesn't have the mailer. He said, sorry, we shoot MAGA mailers right into the recycling.
Money well spent.
You listen to the X-Ray FM at KXRY Portland at 91.1 and 107.1 FM, and in the Halem, Wheeler, Manzanita, and Rockaway Beach at 91.7 FM, streaming online everywhere at xray.fm. We are in the fund drive.
X-Ray.
We are in the fund drive. It's still today.
Don't forget,
tomorrow.
there is time.
Drive.
Act now.
Yes.
But when I say that, I do mean now. Like, you can do that while you're still doing whatever it is you're doing right now, unless you're driving your car. Malcolm.
Sure.
No, because Malcolm, he has to drive further for work now.
Oh, right.
Remember?
Yes.
So yeah, Malcolm, don't do it while you're driving.
Please.
Though I'm not actually concerned about you making that bad choice. Malcolm's a responsible person.
So yeah, I think I'm going to crack my ballot open today.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a look at the Imagine Black's voter guide. I count on their voter guide pretty much every time it's time to vote.
Yeah.
We're pretty aligned ideals wise.
Ideologically,
there we go. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
And it's in the past, it's always been a very comprehensive one. I love the breakdowns. I love it. Go
to their website, Imagine Black Action, too, because that they give endorsements throughout.
Yeah.
So, and they give the reasons why.
Yeah.
And then they also have the voter guide. Where do they go to see the voter guide?
Voter guide is at imagineblack.org/voter -guide.
Do it.
Yeah. Very easy to find on Instagram as well.
Very easy to find on Instagram. Local, active.
Yeah.
Within the community, and really doing major work to get political understanding.
Yeah.
To the folks. So hop on it. Follow them, all the things, support them.
Yeah.
But first, you are going to hit our peer-to-peer.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to do that. You don't, there's a box there that you can say a comment. You don't have to. You can.
But yeah, comments are welcome.
They're very welcome, even if it says, y'all annoying, play some music, I'm not tripping, but do send us money when you're going to talk smack.
It's true.
Goes to you too, Rudo.
Oh.
Send us money if you're going to be this way.
Today's show was made possible by Morgan Jones and DJ Ambush. Our podcast editor, Kyle G. Residual Audio. Thank you, everyone, for your text. Thank you for joining the conversation. The playlist is already updated, and texts are being thrown into the comments as we speak.
Hi, Kyle.
See, my peeps is in there.
Yeah.
You guys know what it is, man. You know what it is. Don't let the individuals distract you from the systems. Poverty is a policy choice. People over profits. Power to the people. None of us are free until we are all free. Thank you so much for listening. We will catch you next week.
Make sure you vote on Tuesday.
Please make sure you vote on Tuesday.
Make sure you give to our peer-to-peer. Make sure you say that Morgan is the best ever. Make sure that I get to win something.
Also, make sure you are following us on Instagram. We have an announcement about next week's show. It's going to be some pretty cool stuff. Election night.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.